Welcome to the Big Zo podcast. I am he. He is me. I'm without my intro music today. I don't know what happened, man, but my little program that I use acting funny or whatever. So I'm without it today. I'm riding, kicking it a cappella with the introduction. But anyway, man, hope everybody doing good out there. I'm doing good. I know most of us should be doing good since we fresh up off that stimulus weekend. Man, I attempted to go to the mall uh, this weekend, but the parking lot was like pulled up to the parking lot at the Galleria, and it was like it was ridiculous. No parking. It was just strictly just overcrowded, just crowded. Like there wasn't a spot, not a handicap spot, not a no parking nowhere whatsoever. And so me and the fam, we just dipped. We left. Came back home. We'll try it again once the stimmies go down. But once everybody get back down to about 200-300. But it was crazy. But man, I hope everybody doing good, man. I'm not the cat that's gonna sit here. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the memes. Everything is funny, but I'm not the one to count pockets. So you if you paying bills with it, you catching up on bills, you paying debt. Hey, more power to you. If you spending it on foolishness, you know, more power to you. What's important to you may not be important to me or nobody else. So whatever you putting that money to use for, hey, do it, enjoy it. Don't let nobody shame you. Good for you. We got to stop counting pockets, man, and worrying about what other people, doing with they bread, you know. But like I said, I was here for all the jokes. Like I don't think I saw one that didn't make me laugh. But anyway, hope everybody doing good, man, and hopefully that check was able to provide a little relief, a little peace of mind, whether it be for a short time or for a long period of time, man. Hopefully, it was able to bring you a little bit of uh, joy, a little bit of happiness, man. Just take a little bit of weight off your shoulders, so you're able to move around, able to breathe, relax a little bit. So, whatever you chose to do with it, hey, it's yours. Do whatever you want with it. You know, no judgment here. But get into it, man. Few things, man. Few things. I'm so disappointed. I don't like. Here's a pet peeve of mine. Like, here's me personally. I don't feel like I ask for a lot. Like just in life. Like I'm simple. I'm simple. I don't feel like I ask for a lot. So when like small things, like big things go wrong, what can you do? But like when small things go wrong that I feel like shouldn't be an issue, it just burns me up and bothers me to no means. Like I went to pull up my little my little program that I use to do my podcast or whatever, and for some reason it wasn't set to how I left it. It wasn't saved how I left it. So it's like I have to start from scratch, which I don't remember how to do because it's been so long because I had my little template and all of that set up and saved. So all I got to do is pull up the app and I get it cracking. But for some reason it went back to scratch and I don't remember how to do it. So I got to call my man and he got to come set me up. But I do not remember how to do it, and it just little things like that just burn me up because I'm like, why? Or if I go to, I watch my Netflix and Hulu and all of that through my PlayStation. So one day, I cut on the PlayStation because I'm finna watch me a little show, a little movie or something, and for some reason it wasn't connected to the Wi-Fi, and I'm just like, why? So I had to go reset and do all of that reboot, and it's just like, yo, just little things like that, man, that just shouldn't shouldn't be an issue. But like I said, man, so I'm doing this one. I'm doing this one a cappella. I'm not even gonna sit here in front. I ain't doing the front. I like talking into the mic, but it's recording nothing. Like there would be no, if I don't have the video, there would be no audio because it's not recording. Like I have it on, but I don't have my template set up to where I can record. So I just enjoy talking to the mic. So right now I'm just, well, it's no longer stunting because I just revealed it. But I'm just talking into this mic with the headphones on and all that because I just feel comfortable like that. But enough. That's my little soapbox. My little soapbox. So let's get to the shenanigans, man. Let's get to the shenanigans. Where do I want to start? Where do I want to start? Oh, I just read. I was having this. I was having this discussion, and we was talking about a friend of mine, and me and him. We was talking about how we was actually just kind of like joking around, and we were just saying how celebrities be asking for uh, their fans and stuff for donations. You know how they had them. Like Jerry Lewis did it for years with the Jerry's Kids, and he had a 24-hour marathon and having people call in and do all of that. And it's like, yo, you got like rich friends, B. Like just shoot them a group text and get what you need. There's no need for you to be on TV for 24 hours and you like 99 years old. Like just group chat your friends and ask them for what you need, and they should be able to cover it. Ain't no need to get on TV and ask us 9 to 5 people. Like I never understood that. They get on TV and be like trying to get us to donate. It's like, yo, just ask all your famous millionaire friends, and I guarantee you, your goal will be reached in a matter of minutes. And I say that because I was looking on the internet, just scrolling through my little news feed, and I see that I don't keep up with her. I don't keep up with any of them, but I saw that the Kardashian girl, Kylie, basically she was catching heat on the internet because she was asking her fans to donate to this GoFundMe page for her makeup artist. So apparently, this guy had like a very bad accident, and it required like surgery. And I believe the bills or whatever it costs like 60 grand, somewhere around like 60 to 70 grand. And she gets on Instagram and asks her fans to donate to this GoFundMe page and say some prayers. And her fans basically was like, "You got to be kidding! You are a billionaire." And once the internet get a hold to you, they like break it down like statistically. They were saying like she make like 19 grand an hour. And they got all in their pockets, broken down, talking about how her daughter got all these designer purses that are 15 grand or more, and you're asking your regular 9 to 5 people or kids, because I'm sure she has a lot of kids. She has like 220 something million followers, so I'm sure the age is probably 30 and under. You can almost guarantee it. But nonetheless, she asked them to donate to her makeup artist GoFundMe page when she could have just simply cut a check, and my man could have been in and out. And that is my main issue right there. I don't. And then they try to you don't you feel better by helping people? Yeah, I help people all the time, and it don't cost me no thousands of dollars. Like the services I offer is free, so I don't I ain't got no money to give. But she did that, and she's catching quite a few. Uh, she's catching some backlash. I read some of the tweets or whatever, some of the responses, and that wasn't funny as I thought. But they were just more so fact based and just real talk. I look for the hilarity, but that's just crazy. Whatever that man bill is, he's your makeup artist slash friend. You foot that bill. You're not obligated to do it, but you should. He is responsible, partly responsible, for the look you have today. $60,000. That's like $60 to her. I was gonna say 600, but that'd be an exaggeration. But I'm not donating. But I wanna before I even let me switch it up. Let me switch it up because I have to address this, man. It's been like a week or so, but basically just I want to talk about men not handling rejection, not being able to handle rejection. Because I've never seen so many within the last couple of years, and maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Maybe my antennas wasn't up, but I've never seen so many domestic um, abuse cases, so many deadly domestic abuse cases. I know domestic abuse has been around for a long time. It ain't going nowhere. It needs to go somewhere, but it's not going anywhere. But I don't think I've ever seen so many murders resulting from domestic abuse, man. It's like none of it, first of all, none of it is okay. There's never an excuse to put your hands on a woman in a violent manner. Never. But with that being said, like I don't understand how these guys are what possesses you to murder, beat, hit, whatever, just because you can't get your way. Because you can't uh, manipulate or use reverse psychology or whatever you want to call it. This woman to do whatever it is you want or to give you whatever it is you want. So your response, your answer is to beat and possibly kill them. And I'm referring to the incident that happened where my man basically shot up the family because the girl wouldn't give him none of her stimulus check. And from what I read, my man was a deadbeat. He wasn't like doing what he was supposed to do for them kids. So they felt like he wasn't deserving. And normally, you have to. Well, maybe I give him the benefit of the doubt, but his actions clearly showed, yeah, they were right. They were right. So, because he couldn't get some of her kids' stimulus check, his response was to kill them. Was to kill them, and it's just sickening. Like it makes me sick to my stomach, man. Like some things you get numb to, but I can never become numb to that because growing up, you see things. You see things, whether it's personally or you just see things, throughout your neighborhood, or you hear things. So I can never turn a blind eye or become numb to that and act like it doesn't bother me because it does. Because it does, man. We all have our flaws, but that is a flaw. That is a I don't even want to call that a flaw, but that is just something that I can never understand. I can't understand men who beat on women and men who don't take care of their children. And I damn sure don't understand how a woman can date a man who knows that they don't take care of their children. They're outside children. So if you meet a man and he has kids and he's not a part of his kid's life, you should leave, you should stop dealing with that man immediately. In every situation, ain't she won't let me see my kids. That's rare. That's rare. It does happen, but that's not the case a lot of the times. If a dude is not taking care of his kids, once you find that out, because we good at covering up, we good at hiding stuff, we good at buying our time until we achieve our goal. But once you find out that a man has some kids out there and he is not a part of those kids' life in no shape, form, or fashion by choice, that should be an automatic third strike. That should be an automatic third strike. Do not go get pregnant by this man. That should be an automatic third strike. Because if he can neglect and ignore uh, his seeds that are from him, from his balls, then it ain't no limit to what he can do to you. Because if you don't have enough heart in you to care about something that comes from you, that you went half on, that you helped create, what makes you think he can care enough about your safety and well-being? Or just what's best for you, or make you a priority, or keep you a priority? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And just back to men. Like if you are hitting on women, man, you a sucker. That's just bottom line. I talk about that every day on this podcast until one of these lame dudes get offended by it and want to speak on it. Like I just can't. You deserve nothing. You deserve nothing in life. But I don't know what it is about men not being able to handle rejection. At some point in your life, you've been told no consecutively. Like, uh, I just wish like I could just break it down, step by step. Like, what does it stem from? Like I consider myself to be spoiled. Like, if I had to do a self evaluation, if somebody go, "Oh, you spoiled?" Yeah, to a certain degree. I wouldn't say I'm a spoiled brat, but I'm used to getting my way. My brother's autistic, so as a child, he didn't have any input on anything, so we did what I wanted to do. It wasn't never a compromise, because he didn't have to, he didn't have the desire to do anything. He's dealing with autism, so it was like not being the only child, but it was just like I was always getting my way. So I didn't really have to compromise. Like let him play with the toy for a little bit and then you play with it, or let him have this and then you can have it. It was just always me, myself, and I. When I'm done, I'm done. If I want it, I want it. If I get it, I get it. But with that being said, when being told no or I can't get something, I don't throw a fit. Either I figure out how to get whatever it is if I want it that bad, or I just leave it alone. But men today can't seem to handle rejection, and it's the ages vary. I mean, we trying to say these young dudes today don't know how to handle rejection, but these old heads they wilding too. They wilding too, and you try to blame the young dudes wilding on the lack of having like a strong male figure in their life, but it's like it's much it's more to that. I really believe that it's more to that. I can't just sit and put it all on they like a strong male figure in their life, because some of these guys who came off as strong male figures were women beaters. I know some OGs who was very instrumental in some of my friends' lives, and about being a man and being tough and taking care of business and all that. But then behind closed doors, guess what? They kicking ass. And I remember when I first found out that somebody that I looked up to, a older guy that I looked up to, hit women. Like I was just blown away because I really looked up to this guy, and he was just strong, father. He took care of his kids and family, and he worked his job, and he did like jobs on the side, and he was a very good provider, a very good example of a hardworking man that take care of his family. But back then, kids only knew so much. Now kids are exposed to everything. Kids you used to consider in the same room as grown people when you was a kid. When I was a kid, now they sit in the room. They best friends with the grown ups. It wasn't no best friends. When grown ups in the room, you leave. When you enter a room with grown ups, you speak. It's none of that these days no more. Kids are like kids and the mother and father they like big homies. It used to be clear. I'm the parent, you're the child. Now you can't tell now. Mother and daughter like sisters, father and son like brothers. Fathers, with they little bad habits, portraying it like it's cool to their son, passing down the toxic behavior. Mothers doing the same thing. But when I was younger, it wasn't that. Kids was left in the dark. You spoke when you speak when spoken to. And they would check you if you spoke out of turn. So, like I was saying, so I didn't know anything about my man behind closed doors. From what I saw, he go to work 8, 12 hours a day, come home, dinner, take care of his family, spend time with his kids, do all that. Gonna find out he was an alcoholic. And when he got that liquor in him, his hands go up. And that crushed me. That crushed me. I remember uh, um, the first time I saw a guy try to put their hands on my mama. I really liked the guy. I ain't gonna say I really liked him, but he was acceptable. You never really liked none of your uncles, but he was acceptable. And I remember uh, drinking. Alcohol seems to always be involved. Drinking and trying to pop off with my mom's. But one thing about Peaches, Peaches got hands. I'm not even gonna say for a woman because I seen her whoop men. Peaches got hands, and he tried to get loud and come at her, and it didn't work out for him. It didn't work out for him. I've never seen glasses and a hat get knocked off somebody's head that fast. But I, I just can't get it. I just don't get it. And to have these kids, man, these young kids following your footsteps is just it's just detrimental, man. It's detrimental. It's detrimental not only to themselves but to these young ladies that's growing up. They have to that become victims of this toxic behavior, man. And I worry for these young girls because these dudes out here are really on some manipulation type deal. And when they are emotionally immature. So when uh their heart get broken or they get disappointed or they get upset, they don't know how to channel that anger or that energy that they're feeling. into something that's not violent. They don't know how to communicate it. And they think that punching, slapping, kicking, whatever, destroying property, whatever, is the answer. And it's not. Because you're only getting yourself in more trouble. That ain't the answer. That ain't the answer. And like I said, we all have our flaws, man, but that can't be a flaw. That shouldn't be a flaw. But we have to stop that, man. We got to stop that. If women in relationships should not fear for their life from inside the house. That is supposed to be the safe haven, the place of peace. You're supposed to get a serene feeling. Not not when he come home is he gonna be tripping today, or when she see you having a drink. Oh man, I hope he don't start. Like that just shouldn't be. That just shouldn't be. But it's I don't know, man. I don't know. I just wish everybody could go sit on somebody's couch and talk about it. But you have to, ladies, you have to protect your energy. And what's sad is I don't blame, like, even when like women stick around, like say an incident happened and like the woman doesn't leave immediately and she sticks around. I don't even, and people are like, well, she dumb for sticking around. No, she's not dumb. You don't know what she's going through psychologically. Because a woman who sticks around through physical abuse, it has to be something going on up here to make her stick around. Maybe they grew up seeing it, so they figured that's the norm. That's how a relationship is, which is sad. I've heard that before, where young women have seen their parents have seen their mother in relationships, bad relationships over and over and over. So they grew up thinking that's how a relationship is. So they wind up putting up with it too, hoping that it get better. So I can't blame women for that. I blame men, man, 100% because you are supposed to be in control of your emotions, your feelings, your mental. Like I said, I've never been pushed that far to where that was even like an option. Never. You can always leave. You can always put them out. But, that's just me. Uh, yeah, man. So, man, ladies, it's sad to say, but hey, yo, protect yourself, man. The sad thing is, y'all don't know until it's too late, until you in the thick of it, because we men, if we can't do nothing else, we can hide some shit. And so by the time y'all figure that part out or see it or witness it, it's too late. Y'all going through it physically. So it's easy to go, ladies, protect yourselves. Well, they are protecting themselves. And they do feel like they are protected and they do feel safe. It's just one little thing go wrong and do a 180. Nah, that's turn around and go. A 360. So it's just, I don't know, it's just sad, man. My man killed the woman and her two kids. They had a child together. excuse me, the youngest child they had together, but the two older kids were not his. So this goofy kills her, the two older kids, and then kidnaps his child and drops that baby off somewhere else, and then wind up like murdering himself, killing himself later on. Now this baby, not only is it three lives lost, and her family just in shock and turmoil, devastation. Your baby, who will not remember any of this, has to grow up with no parents, no siblings. And who's going to have to explain that story to her? It's not just, and we don't think, it's not just you that's being impacted by your actions, man. It's people around you that are going to suffer the most because you killing yourself. Okay, now you dead and gone. So you done left behind all this destruction, all this brokenness that people are going to have to try to fix and pull themselves together and get back to some type of normalcy. Because you don't have control of your emotions. You can't handle rejection. But we have to, we got to get it together, man. Men, we have to pull it together. That ain't the answer. That ain't the vibe. But enough of that, man, because I'm actually been feeling pretty good these last couple weeks. Um, everything clicking. A few little things I need to get in order, but for the most part, man, personally, everything is good. Everything is good. Couldn't be better. But I went to Quick Trip the other day, right? And Quick Trip cashiers, not necessarily the gas station itself. Quick Trip cashiers are some of the best cashiers on earth. I've never seen a cashier be on point like a Quick Trip cashier. I don't care where you go. They even better than Chick-fil-A cashiers. And Chick-fil-A cashiers are some of the most polite, respectful cashiers uh, in the food chain business. But nobody has nothing on a Quick Trip cashier. I promise you. I've never go on Quick Trip and buy something, and while they ringing you up, they don't even know what the total is, but they have your exact change in their hand, waiting to hand it to you. They haven't even told you your total yet. They tell you your total. They got the change in their hand. They shaking and waiting on you to hand them the money. They don't even know what bills you're gonna hand them, but they got your exact change in their hand every time. I've never seen anything like it. I went in there one time. My total was like $6.79, and that that heifer had. When I say she had 21 cents in her hand, I'm like, how you know I was about to give you $7? She didn't even respond. She was just like, just with her hand out. So I tried to trick her. I went back in my pocket and pulled out a 10, and she had the change for that as well. I said, how do you do that? She was just like, have a nice day, sir. They can't reveal it. They've been sworn to secrecy. My theory. Quick Trip cashiers are a part of this whole gas station Illuminati. Like, they don't tell how they do their thing. There's no way she had 21 cents in her hand and I didn't even pull my money out yet. So then when I ran an audible and gonna give her a 10 spot instead of the $7, she had the exact same change for that too. How did you do that, Quick Trip cashier? Walmart cashier should go to Quick Trip cashier school. because Walmart has the worst cashiers on earth. Earth. EARF. Earth. They have the worst. Not only do they only have two registers open when there's 17,000 people in there, the service stinks. They get rude. They get rude with you because you ain't. Because you got to dig through your little wallet for a little bit more if you're not swiping the card. If you ain't swiping the card, they got attitude with you. If you pay with cash, they have an attitude. Because boy, they struggle with getting that change back, and they got the damn register telling them how much you get back. But they got to sit here with this little coin and try to scrape out the. What is it? 7. Okay, so 25. They struggle with that. But not the Quick Trip cashiers. They had that change right in their hand. You ain't even gave them the money yet. It's amazing. Go to Quick Trip, buy something, watch them have your exact change in your hand before you give them the money. I've never seen anything like it. It's amazing to me. Uh, question time. Here's her. I got a question. All right. So, you get into a relationship. You get into a relationship. This for men and women. You get into a relationship. Everything good. Y'all ain't had y'all good. Everything clicking. Everything cute. Everything they do. Y'all lovey-dovey and all that. But y'all have yet to spend a night with each other. So now comes the night. The first night we're going to spend with each other. So I'm going to propose that you go to your significant other's home to spend the night. They don't come to you. You go to them. So, y'all date, go out, come back to their spot, chilling and all that. And the plans are you're going to spend the night. So you got your spending the night bag. So you're going to stay. So with that being said, y'all chilling, everything good. And all of a sudden, them crab legs and the margaritas start bagging up on you. You start getting the bubbles. You start getting that rumbling. My question is, are you boo-booing on the first night? What do? You over there, you chilling. You got on your little sleepwear, whatever it is you're gonna wear, and your stomach starts bagging up on you. Or you boo-booing on the first night. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna say that for the ladies because I don't think men have no shame. I think men would be more willing to just they'll do it. They'll just be like, look, listen, because especially we're not gonna leave because we got some panties to get. So we're gonna tough this thing out. But I I think it'll be a little bit more difficult for a woman to decide because women will wait a long. Most women will wait a long time before they even pass gas in front of their man. I know those women that don't even do it to this day. Act like they a damn unicorn and they don't have bowel movements. But are you boo booing on the first night? And I was thinking about that because I remember this one time, man, when I was in my apartment, me and this girl was chilling, and she was supposed to stay the night, and she was real cool, laid back. I was trying to figure out like some food for us to eat, and I was like, I just went to the grocery store or whatever. I got food here, but I can get some, whatever. She's like, nah, we can eat whatever you got there. She was like, you got some pizza, you got some DiGiorno. I'm like, nah, I ain't got no DiGiorno. I said, I got some red burn though. And she was like, that's cool. So I'm like, oh, all right, that's the gospel then. We just gonna chill out, you know. I'm like, get some movies or something. She was like, man, we could just watch some Martin reruns or something. I'm like, even better. So we chilling, watching Martin reruns and eating Red Baron pizza. And yo, about an hour, about an hour go by. About an hour go by. Yo, my stomach is in knots. Do you hear me? I mean, in knots. And it was a lot of cheek clenching because you don't want them poops to you don't want them farts to ease out or come out or whatever from any sudden movements. And I got a hurt trigger back there. Any little movement, mine gonna come out. I mean, this girl poked my stomach and I pulled it. But anywho, so yo, my stomach like in knots. I'm like, man, yo, I'm like, what am I ashamed of? We are at my spot. Just go in there, run that, turn on that water in the tub, and do your thing. Drown that sound out because it was going to be explosive. So I'm like, yo, I don't want to ruin the evening. Uh, so no sooner as the thought crossed my mind, she goes, "Hey, hey, if you don't mind, can we just rain check this night? I'm gonna go ahead and go. Uh, I gotta get to the crib, you know." And I was like, being able to, well, it wasn't rejection, but I was just like, I had some things on the line, so I was like, all right, cool. I said, hey, no problem. I said, just let me know when you make it home safe. She like, all right, cool. So she got out of there in the hair. I'm like, damn, she getting dressed fast. But she go to the crib, and about a 30 or 40 minutes later, get a phone call. Hey, I hated to leave, but I had to come home and do something. I'm like, hey, ain't no problem, ain't no big deal. Now I don't relieve myself. I'm cool in the game. And so I guess she had a little moment of truth. She like, hey, I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna keep it real with you. She was like, man, look, I don't know what it was, but that red burn pizza, I don't know what happened, but that red burn pizza, it went through me. Yo, I couldn't do nothing but bust out and laugh. I was like, me too. I said, is that why you left? She was like, yeah. I said, you know what? As soon as you left, I had to go handle mines. I don't know what I ain't ate Red Baron pizza since. And I used to love Red Baron pizza. They used to always have them little deals. They would be real cheap. I guess you get what you pay for. It'd be like 5 for 20, or 4 for 10, or whatever the special was, whatever the sale was. But hey, hey, don't eat Red Baron on the first night. But that was a memorable night for all the wrong reasons. You heard me? I don't think there ever was a rain check either, so I missed out. Oh well. Uh, what else I want to cover? Ah, the little dude with the Nike scandal. What's the man name? Joe Hebert, Joe Hebert, whatever his name is. Uh, was basically hoarding all the Nike shoes. His mom's had a nice little position. She was like an exec or something, but she was like higher up in the ranks. So he using like her discount and you know buying up all the Nikes before they when they get released. So apparently he had like a bunch of bots program. I still don't understand how it worked fully. I wish I can explain it, but I can't. But basically, he was cheating the system. Now it ain't illegal, but he was cheating the system. Shoes come out, you can only order so many per person, on the site. But apparently he had many, many, many different outlets. Bots is what they calling them, and he would order up all the shoes and then sell them. That's how he make his bread. You greedy bastard, you. Your mom's work for Nike, making grip. What you doing that for? But anywho, that's what he was doing. And so his mom's wound up stepping down, but Nike was like, she chose to step down. We didn't force her, because dude wasn't in violation or nothing. I mean, I guess it wasn't he wasn't breaking no policies. He wasn't, breaking no policies or nothing like that. But just as a Nike consumer, as an advocate Nike consumer, I was appalled by that because now I'm mad because it was a couple of times where I tried to get some LeBrons was dropping, and I got my little laptop set up with the countdown going. So as soon as it get to zero, I pick the size I need and hit buy. Nah, I couldn't even do it. Couldn't even do it. And I really wanted them shoes too. Ah, water's gross. But yeah, buying up all the shoes and they showing all these pictures online. My man got like thousands of shoes, shoe boxes just lined up, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm talking about this ain't shit compared to what my man had. I'm talking about a wall just stacked up with boxes, wall to wall. He probably could fill up this whole little area. It was like I I saw like maybe 4 or 5 pictures. I mean, just in different areas, storage units, uh, uh, whatever he renting out, just shoes everywhere. And I'm like, my 13 and a half is in there somewhere. But that's crazy. So now I know why. Now y'all know why y'all can't get them, get them shoes when they release, man, because it's cats like that buying up everything and selling them for profit, which I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at the hustle, but I mean, you got a chokehold on the game, bro. Can't nobody else get through. They said he spent like $120,000 on Yeezys. He bought up like all the Yeezys and sold them for like a 40 grand profit. So he spent 120 and made 160 back with a $40,000 return. And not to mention, he getting them at a discount because his mom's, he got the cheat code. But you know, one day, one day. What else I got here? What else I got? Ah, uh, I don't know if this is still a thing, but I never, I never was a fan of it. It just, it's not comfortable, but it just don't seem. It's just not comfortable. It's not natural, but it was popping back in the day. I don't know about now. It probably be some. I'm old. I'm outdated. I don't know what's the new vibe out here, but uh, is people still 69 and out here? Is that a thing? Because to me, that was that is the most awful. And this may be an unpopular opinion, but you know what? I don't care. That is the most awful um, way to pleasure somebody in the 69 position. I don't care how small you are weight wise. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care whatever. It's awful. And dudes and women come out on the short end of the stick of a 69 anyway. Cause dudes be shortchanging on the 69. Dudes be shortchanging on the 69. They'll sit there because the dude is on the bottom naturally. If you 69 and the dude is on top, you wow. But dude is on the bottom and the girl on top and she get to doing her thing and dude doing this thing. But dudes be shortchanging. Dudes start acting like they're here so far that they just getting so caught up that they can't continue to do their part and they'll stop and just throw their head back and while the chick just continue to go to work and get shortchanged. I think when I think when you're doing that, As soon as the dude stop licking, the woman should just be like, "Eat, nigga," and don't start back up until he start. You get like a 5 minute grace period. Now he got to do it for 5 minutes before you start back up. Because dudes be shortchanging on the 69. uh, but it don't be that. That's the word. Yo, who thought of that? We need to do. I want to know who started that. Who was the first person? Who thought that that was a good idea? Here, you lay on top of me, and then upside down, foot to head. And we gonna pleasure each other like that. That's awful. That's awful. And I don't care. Judge if you want. That's awful. And it's a stupid number. And also, if you are what is if your mate, your partner who you sexing, if they go to the restroom and before y'all it's about to get cracking, and they go to the restroom, man or woman, whoever, they go to the restroom. What is the grace period on oral after your partner has used the restroom? And I'm sure they make a stop. They use the bathroom, then they make a stop by the sink, and get their whole bath on. But still, what's the grace period on that? What is the grace period on oral after your significant other has used the restroom? I say 15 minutes. Even if you stopped and by the bathroom and got yourself together, I still say about 15 minutes because dudes drip, women drip, women drip. So you need about 10, 15 minutes, for things to kind of dry up and get back to uh, how they supposed to be. Oh, that's bucket. Um, yeah, I say 15 minutes. But I'm gonna get ready and shut this thing down, man. But I want to leave on this note. I want to leave on this note. I want to leave on this note. Protecting protecting energy, because there is more than one way. I don't know how people. I think most people view protecting energy as just like being around negative people who affect your mood, um, of some sort. But to me, your energy can be in jeopardy just by indulging in things that are opposite to how you're trying to live. Or, and it doesn't have to be physical. It could be mental. It could be emotional. Um, the energy to me consists of all of those things. So when you when you are a most people, not most people, some people who are takers don't know that they are takers. You may not be taking something from me physically, but you're taking something from me emotionally and mentally. So you can be takers in that aspect. So you have to protect your energy from takers. And what I mean by a taker, let's say you have a friend who is always uh, going through something, or they always seem like they're going through something, or always appear to be down in the dumps. Not saying that they're lying or that's not true, but at some point you have to ration out. Excuse. You have to ration out your time and your energy that you're going to give that person, Because if you give them too much, that can impact you. That can seep into your system. And then you start taking on characteristics of that person. Or you start to believe that whatever you have going on is not good enough. Or you start trying to find issues in whatever it is that you have going on that may not be even there. It's just you're so used to hearing you've been intaking all of this negative energy and this woe is me energy from your friend or your person or whatever now is in you, and now you are or delusional about your current situations. And it doesn't even have to be relationship wise. It could just be your life in general. You can enjoy your job, you can enjoy the money that you made, you can enjoy all of this. And then you start hearing somebody talk about how broke they are, how they wish they had this, and how they and it can make you ungrateful for the things that you have. And it's very simple and easy for that to happen. It can happen with anything. I remember just taking my car to the dealership for an oil change. And while I was waiting, I just walked around the dealership and I'm looking at all these new, fancy, pretty, dope cars. And I'm like, yo, I think I want me a new whip. And my car is just fine. But it make you not appreciate what you have. So something just that simple. So you have to protect your energy, man, from takers. Not just negative people, because just because they're down in the dumps and doing all of that, it doesn't mean that they're a negative. You just got people who that's the form of attention that they like to receive. Sympathy. Some people love sympathetic attention. Some people don't want to be fixed. Some people don't want to be happy. Some people don't want to be from underneath that dark cloud because they love the sympathy attention. The sympathetic attention. They love it. So you have to be careful, man, with when dealing with those kind of people. I'm not saying don't be friends with them, because everybody needs an ear to listen. Everybody needs a shoulder to cry on from time to time. Everybody needs somebody that they can vent to from time to time. But when I'm saying when it becomes that is the norm for y'all day-to-day interaction, then you have to kind of distance yourself or create some type of boundaries, or like I said, ration out the time and the energy that you're going to give that person, because it can drain you. And before you know it, you and that person or damn near alike. But when that becomes, from the moment you go hello and they get right into their spiel, yo, that's not healthy for you. It may be healthy for them because they're getting it, they feel like they're getting it out, but they really not getting it out. Is really like having like one song on repeat. It just loop over and over and over and over. But to you, that's hearing the same song loop over and over and over is getting inside of you. And then you become that person. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. Because then it spreads. So protect your energy, man. In every shape, form, and fashion. Protect it. Because your energy is what makes you who you are. So protect your energy, man. So that's it for me. That's it for me. Big Zo Podcast. Y'all take it easy. Be safe out here. Keep the mask on. If you owe somebody some money and you got your stimulus, pay them. Peace.